can't even shine on my own light. They made sure of that. My goodness. Y'all done held me back. Y'all know doggone well what my intentions were. Oh my goodness. Ugh. This irritates me. Y'all know my intentions. My intentions were to make this story come out later. I was telling it all, building it all the way up, and we were getting here to the love letter, the whole thing. Man, y'all just did rush the gauntlet, man, and jumped the gun. And this is what, now I gotta make the video today. Didn't even want to do that. But now, since they didn't, this doggone letter then got auctioned off, now here we are. In case people don't know what in the world I'm talking about, because they was out protesting and doing whatever it is that they do, let's talk about it. Michael Jordan's 1989 love letter to his love of his life sold for $25,000 or something like that, after it just sold for like $2,000. But the value was raised after the documentary series, and all heck broke loose. Everybody had to have it. It was a must-have item after The Last Dance. So right away, like clockwork, people do what they normally do, rush the polls. So they had to have this must-have item. Now, people are going to say, how did they meet? How did they hook up? What happened? Well, let's take it back to the beginning, because that's something they don't know about. When Michael Jordan was dating Juanita back in '86 and hanging out with his buddy Richard Dent and all them, and he met Juanita and they're dating, having a great time. You know, there was this model who was new to the game, and she was just doing her thing, modeling, super fine girl, kind of looks like Juanita a little bit. And nobody was really noticing her until she started doing some modeling gigs for a couple of cosmetic companies, and then she's started working with car companies. And Miss old Amy Hunter from Boston, she did a beer commercial, and next thing you know, Chevrolet has got her doing a commercial for their new Chevy Blazer. And Michael Jordan's driving the Chevy convertible. And they want to put her in the commercial. And her and Michael get to meeting and having conversations. And, you know, at the time, Juanita's pregnant. And she's pregnant with the baby. And Mike's like, oh, this is tough. Because now I got this piece that I really like. And now Juanita's pregnant. This is a problem. This is a real problem. What do I do? What do I do? Because I love to have them both. Mike took her out to dinner, took her to the Marriott, and had a great time. And she put it on Mike. She knew how to keep her mouth shut. And then this was bad on him. So now he's got the kid. And now they're talking wedding. And he loves Juanita. But he can't break free from this Amy. So Mike, when they played the Knicks, came and wore that out one last time. Man, Mike was like, I can't do it. Can't do it. We got this is the last time I just can't go back for it. But I know I want it one more time. Mike had a couple of one more times, and she was like, "Well, you can come back when you want, Mike, but I do want more. I want to be Mrs. Michael Jordan, and it just couldn't happen, and Mike had to break this thing off because now he's thinking about the image, the be like me, and it's too much at stake. He's got to pull this marriage off, and this is the Michael Jordan 20-page love letter that he wrote to Amy Hunter when Mike was talking to her like, shoot, I wish I live in Utah and I could have you and Juanita. But, that wouldn't be enough for me, and I know that probably wouldn't work for you. It's not fair. Man, Mike was getting deep. Man, that letter, I mean, he wanted to keep writing. Michael was somebody who can express himself in words. Back then, that used to work. It was like, Amy, sometimes I am the most selfish person on this earth because for one whole year after all I thought about was Michael. I admit, I made a mistake, but found it difficult to change it. Let's say I do change the mistake. You would not believe the problems we would encounter. It is unthinkable. We wouldn't have a pleasant relationship or a private one. Our business for opinions about the whole world, this pressure I can't live with. Now, this was, I think, like after he got married or right before he got married. So while he was making this love letter, he was talking about the mistake he made and, getting married. And he had to explain this because he just up and got married, talking about the mistake he made and upping and getting married. The mistake was marrying Juanita and didn't get that prenup. So he was Amy. If I was Michael Jordan, an ordinary man with a 9 to 5 job, then it wouldn't be hard to admit my mistake. But instead, I'm Michael Jordan, who is put on this pedestal and viewed to be the perfect role model. A lot of people, not just kids, but whole families. Can you imagine the responsibilities I have to deal with? Not to mention a baby by a lady who I have loved for 3.5 years. The bravery of Mike to put that in a letter. See, my problem was very simple. Mike realized he couldn't have what he wanted. See, what you guys didn't know is they were fighting over a prenuptial agreement before they got married. And once they got married, she told her lawyers, because they had separate lawyers, she told her lawyers to start working on a postnuptial agreement. She was trying to protect her child to make sure she wasn't going to be one of these girls stranded on the side of the road by some athlete trying to get money out of him. She wasn't going to be one of those people. Remember, Juanita was smart. So Mike knew, I got to cut this situation with me and you off, Amy. It's got to go down this way. Don't want it to be, but it has to be. Because there's no way me and you could survive the storm that is going to happen if I was to split this off, there's no Gatorade, there's no there's no Space Jams. There's none of these things that's gonna happen probably for Michael Jordan. No greater how great of a basketball player he is. That wholesome image is destroyed. It's crumbled. He's a guy who cheated on his wife and left a wife and kid behind to go with some model. He's no role model. He's a scumbag. And then that caves everything. The Jordan sales drop. Everything falls. But back then, nothing was more incriminating than this 20-page letter he wrote to this woman and expressing his love, pouring his heart out, saying, "I will love you until the day I die." Oh my goodness. I would keep writing you, but I'm running out of paper. I will love you until the day I die. I would hope to keep seeing you and being friends, and I hope you're not mad at me because I could never be mad at you. Man, Mike was in love with Amy. Amy Hunter. And who could blame him? Oh my God. She still look good today. Amy Hunter. But Amy was, she ended up with, what's his name? Tony Cornelius, Don Cornelius' son. They had a kid, and, her life went on. She did little plays and things like that, but she was always, that girl. She was a model. She knew how to be with, successful men. And this was the life. So Juanita got her way. Juanita eventually, when she got pregnant again, that's when they went ahead and got the postnuptial thing signed. And Mike knew, I better wrap this thing up quick because I made a mistake. Now I'm stuck. And this was a big mistake. 2 months after the marriage, she started hitting him up with that postnuptial with the lawyers. And he was like, oh no, what have I done? I'm stuck. It's like, yep, you're stuck. And see what the postnuptial agreement basically does is it bonds Michael Jordan to not screw up more than it gets Juanita. Juanita has discipline. You ain't got to worry about her running around messing up her money. No, she ain't stupid. But Mike, he got urges. And she know. She know he do. Now, and he's going to screw up before she will. And when he screws up, it's going to cost him dearly. One of the largest divorces in the history of mankind, which we'll be getting to on the Patreon. See, I hate when they speed me up because then it throws everything out of whack. Now I got to talk about this. This was going to come later down the road, but now I got to speed it up. So now I got to go on the Patreon and cover the rest of the series that's coming up, So here we are. So, and thank you also for donating to the Cash App. Carcino's the name on the Cash App. Thank you for those who are new here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell and select all to make sure you get all of the notifications when we're done here. Okay? Thank you very much. Y'all have a beautiful day. And that's how it's done. Shouts out to Streamlab. And now people want to text me because it's 9 o'clock in the morning.